Welcome our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Lunchtime Politics. I'm Kayode Okikulu here in Lagos. But first, the highlights. PDP candidate Atiku Abubakar in court as hearing of application for the live broadcast of the election tribunal proceedings suffers setback today. APC and INEC lawyers ask for more time to file in their responses. Well, candidates for the 10th Assembly Speakership seat openly confront the leadership of the APC over its choice of Tajuddin Abbas for Speaker. How then can the anointed candidate unite dissenting voices? That's a big question. And court gives EFCC green light to probe the finances of Anambra State, says the commission is empowered to investigate and prosecute offenders for both the federal and state economic and financial crimes. We'll begin with our continued coverage of the presidential election petition tribunal holding in the nation's capital, Abuja, where the cases of the APM and the PDP were up for consideration. Well, in court today was the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Mr. Atiku Abubakar, in company of some former governors and other leaders from his party. The tribunal was expected to hear the application for a live broadcast of the court proceedings, as indicated by the chairman of the tribunal 2 days ago. However, counsel to Mr. Atiku and the PDP, Mr. Chris Uche, said he was yet to receive a response from the respondents, but that's INEC and the president-elect. Well, in their response to this, counsels to the president-elect and INEC said they were served on Tuesday, but assured the court that their responses will be ready between Monday and Tuesday next week. Well, all the parties also agreed to be back on Thursday, May the 18th, for the continuation of a pre-hearing of the applications. The court will now resume on Wednesday next week with the case of Labour Party versus Tinubu, the APC, and INEC.
Let's begin with the positives. We're very happy that tremendous progress was made today with the pre-hearing session. As you could see, we've settled the issues, narrowed them down to very definite constitutional and statutory issues, which we need the court to determine. We've also dealt with the issue of reconciliation and streamlining of documents. The parties have agreed to work together and report back by Tuesday on the documents so that tendering of documents will be seamlessly done. Then thirdly, which comes to this issue of the motions, you could see that we served the other parties the motion for the televising of the proceedings. They explained here that they are still in the process of filing their replies. Therefore, we could not proceed without their input. So we don't want to anticipate their response. That's why the matter and this motion and other motions have all been adjourned to Thursday next week. Definitely on Thursday, every party would have filed his replies, and then this motion, this very critical motion, which they admit is very fundamental.
Well, that's a counsel to the PDP speaking there on the proceedings at the court. But while we keep our eyes on that one, we understand that the court has now risen after considering the case of the APM as well. But there's a lot also playing out in the legislature where the drama is really getting intense, particularly for the coming 10th Assembly and the emergence of its leaders. Well, the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, the 9th National Assembly, Mr. Ahmed Wase, has rejected the zoning of the office of the Speaker of the 10th National Assembly to Mr. Tajuddin Abbas from the Northwest. Mr. Wase, who led other aggrieved members of the House to the national headquarters of the All Progressives Congress, explained that the zoning of the office of the Speaker to the Northwest without due consultation is against the spirit of fairness and equity. Well, the aggrieved APC members insist that the zoning arrangement must be revisited in the overall interest of the party.
What makes you think that what you have done will stand the test of time? I don't know if it's on political lineage. I think I'm a better person in terms of lineage of Aswaji family because I came under AC from 2007 until when we had the merger. I've served you as deputy leader of the House. I'm now serving you as deputy speaker of the House of Representatives. If you are going to do anything, what makes you think that we're not qualified? If not, sir, because of the integrity of the members of the State Working Committee, the real language in our letter is that we are rejecting. We are rejecting what is in circulation. It is unacceptable to us. We are independent bodies, sir. National Assembly cannot be turned to be like a Federal Executive Council where you pick whosoever you want to pick for. It can't be run like that.
And after listening to their reservations and demands, the national chairman of the APC, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, promised to give the issues consideration. We'll take a listen to what he said.
That you were part of those who elected us. We cannot but listen to you. We cannot but try to understand you. We cannot but try to live to the articles of faith of our great party, APC. I do not intend to open discussion now, right now with you, as the nitty-gritties of your submissions. What your yes, we agree, we're going to change. Or we don't agree, we'll not change. Like those of you who listen to the release from this office, we did say very clearly that we will endeavor to do more consultations so that we can carry along with us the greater number of the members of this great party.
So the chairman of the party, they're promising more consultations, speaking in low tone, maybe trying to placate some of the aggrieved parties. But let's now talk about the man in the eye of a storm, that's Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, who says that the decision of the party to choose him was based on his competence. Speaking to journalists in Abuja at the end of a meeting with members-elect, Honorable Abbas says he will reach out to members who are aggrieved to reach some sort of a compromise.
I feel elated, I feel inspired, because I believe if the party is going to use competence as its yardstick, I am the right person to actually be picked. So the fact that they did what I expect them to do, I feel very elated. I feel very satisfied. I assure you, all the candidates, all the contestants will reach out to them. We will beg them, we will ask them to come on board so that we can work for the good of the institution. By next week, we are going to do our official declaration. So we'll come out with a 16-point agenda. In that agenda, you see all the areas we are going to work on in the 10th Assembly.
So you'd understand that there's a lot going on. More reactions to this zoning arrangement by the ruling APC. And the latest is from a group, a Niger Delta group that is called the Niger Delta Rights Advocates. Well, they are in support of the decision of the APC's leadership to zone the positions. The group at a press conference in Port Harcourt, the River State capital, say that the choice of a Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives to the southeast is a welcome move, which they noted as doused fears that the region will be marginalized. Speaking at the press conference, the national coordinator, Mr. Brighton Golo, appealed to members-elect to support the APC zoning arrangement in the interest of national unity.
Today, Our lobby and advocacy has led to the zoning of the Deputy Speakership of the 10th National Assembly to the Southeast region, and further microzoning it to Honorable Benjamin Kalu, member representing Bende Federal Constituency. Even though it fell below our projection, we want to thank the National Working Committee of the APC for taking the wise decision of not completely neglecting the agitation and calls by Nigerians across parties, ethnic and religious lines, that the Southeast geopolitical zone should and must not be excluded from the political leadership of the country. We are not surprised at the microzoning of this position to Honorable Benjamin Kalu, as we have eloquently enumerated some of the qualities for which we found him fit for the leadership of the House of Representatives. Finally, we appeal to members-elect from other political divides and stakeholders alike to support and endorse the emergency of the APC preferred candidate for the position of the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives in the interest of the national unity.
So much playing out behind the scenes. So let's give you some more insight. The race for this 10th Assembly leadership has brought up a lot of issues, really. But Honorable Adeomi Ononuga joined us on the program this afternoon. She's a member representing Ikenne Shagamu Remo North Federal Constituency, a member of the All Progressives Congress. Joins us live from our Abuja studio. Good afternoon, madam. Thank you for joining us on the program.
Good afternoon.
Well, let's start from, your aspiration. If I'm correct, you were aspiring for the position of Deputy Speaker yourself. Have you since dropped that ambition?
Well, I would have to. I was saying to someone earlier this morning that in the boxing ring of the national leadership of the 10th Assembly, I was just given an uppercut with regards to my aspiration for the deputy speakership. If the party has said this is where the party is going, unfortunately, some of us are 100% loyal. We do not question what the leadership of the party does. We try to persuade them. We try to engage them. And we try to say a lot of things with regards to our position. If, however, this is where the party has decided to go, some of us do not have a choice but to go with the flow of the party, in as much as we believe in the party, like we believed in the aspiration and decision of the party to go with the president-elect and the vice president-elect. And we saw the outcome as having worked out for the party. I want to believe in its wisdom, the party knows what it's doing. So I don't have a choice but to drop my aspiration, yes.
Well, you said you were given an uppercut, but clearly not knocked out. And I'd like to know if you understand the position of the party. For a lot of people, they're wondering why this decision, why zone into this area. So did you just choose to agree with it, even though, some say they do not quite understand the rationale behind that? Or did you get enough reasons and you thought, okay, it actually makes sense?
Okay, maybe I should take you back to one or two things that would make you understand my position. First of all, do I believe that what the party has done is correct? I don't. Am I happy? No, I'm not. Do I think I have the capacity to be the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives 10th Assembly? Of course I do. But like I said, in the wisdom of the party, we expected that the party could have done more with regards to engagement of all members from different zones, especially those who are aspiring. But then again, the party would say, how many people would they engage? Everybody could have been called together. That is in our own wisdom. But then again, what is the wisdom of the party? So we also need to consider that and agree with whatever the party has done. Remember that nobody got here on their own platform. Everybody came here on the platform of the party. And we trusted the party to field us, and the party did field us, and we won this election. So for us to be here now and wanting to be first amongst equals, it's a privilege, it's not a right. So it depends on how much we are able to engage the party to make them serious. With regards to zoning to the different parts of the nation, the different geopolitical zones, arguments are here and arguments are there. Everyone who contested wanted to be endorsed, wanted to be picked. But a lot of us, and myself included, did not believe that the Southeast was, how do you say it, worthy of being given the deputy speakership. But we do not know what the party, why the party did that. And we have to take into consideration that the party would want to decide that equity must prevail, whether or not those of us who are contesting believe that we have, delivered the goods and should therefore be rewarded, so to speak. If the party feels, look, okay, you have done the work, we recognize the fact that the work has been done, but we cannot at the same time put some people out, because whether we like it or not, whether it's 1 vote or 2 votes or 3 votes, it came from that zone. And those who are from that zone who are 100% loyal to the party are agitating for their zone to be recognized. I guess it's a give and take.
So those are some of the trade-offs you had to make. I mean, thinking of Nigeria's unity on the one hand, and then, delivering the goods, as you said, on the other. But apparently it looks like, the unity of Nigeria, getting some sort of equity and fairness is playing out here. But you were at that meeting where the speaker held, at least was there on the high table with Honorable Abbas and other members of the joint task. So you're clearly in support of Honorable Abbas, who is the party's choice. But then when you look at this, he's up against, the Deputy Speaker Wase, Honorable Gagdi, we have Honorable Miriam Onoa, as well as others, Honorable Betara as well. And, some will say those are heavyweights, even though, we're equals, as they always say in the National Assembly, but some will say, well, it's not quite so. So how do you see this really playing out for Honorable Abbas?
At the end of the day, it's not really Honorable Abbas who is contesting, it is the party. And my belief is that branches of the party may, at the end of the day, not decide against the party. It is important for the leadership of the party to engage some more. It is important for the leadership of the party to recognize all those who are aggrieved. I'm aggrieved. I'm aggrieved, especially for myself and for the gender balance. Even now, we do not even know what is coming to me as a person, and then to the gender, to the women folk, because the 4 presiding positions have been given to the male gender. So what is coming to the female gender? What is coming to me as as someone who aspired? So it's a difficult situation for all those who have aspired. It is important for the party to, however, engage some more deeply, not the noise of people who are aggrieved, but the noise of those who are aspiring. They are the important people that needs to be called to the table and have a discussion with, or have discussions with. It is important, because if we do not do that, then we will be leaving fireworks on the roof, so to speak. So I want to believe that the party would engage some more. I want to believe the party would be all-inclusive, i.e. both gender as well, when they are doing these engagements with regards to making sure that there is a balance. As it is now, there is no balance. 4-0, for presiding officership is not a good balance. So we need to really engage some more.
Speaking about this balance, you're right. Looking at that list, in fact, when you see the zones that the positions were zoned to, the Northwest appears twice for the deputy, the deputy Senate President, and for the Speaker, zoned to the Northwest. So that's also another conversation people have raised, saying that, well, this looks lopsided, but let's talk about the women folk in the National Assembly. You are aspiring. You've since dropped that aspiration as a result of that uppercut. Honorable Miriam Onoah is also aspiring. And there's been that question about women supporting women. And people are asking, why aren't you supporting Honorable Onoah, for example, or vice versa? Do you get that support from women folk? Is there maybe like a coordinated approach amongst the women in the National Assembly saying that these are our demands and you need to listen to them?
Honorable Onoah is aspiring for speakership.
Yeah.
The speakership has been zoned, like we all know. Deputy speakership has been zoned, like we all know. That's what I said when I said that the party needs to engage all aspirants, irrespective of whether it's been zoned or not. They need to engage each and every one of us some more, maybe collectively, maybe individually, but that engagement is important. I do not have a problem supporting Honorable Onoah. Like I know Honorable Onoah will have no problem supporting me. But what are we supporting ourselves on? Are we supporting ourselves to fight against the party, or are we supporting ourselves to serve the people? So, you know, it's a difficult situation and a difficult question that we all need to answer. I would never ever fight the party, no matter what happens. And I would rather engage the party and express my opinions to the party and let the party see. I guess this is a way for the party to see that, you know, there are people that are aggrieved. Because I am standing where the party has said to stand, doesn't mean that I'm happy, but it also means that, you know, I would not stop my engagements with the party and with my colleagues and having them see that, look, okay, if this is where the party has said it is going in the wisdom of the party, what is going to be available for all those who have aspired? What would be on the table for all those who have aspired? Because I needed to understand that most of the women who came out, there were 3 of us who came out aspiring. The reasons why we wanted to put our hat in the ring is we feel that the female gender needed to have a seat at the table of decision making. Not one woman, not 2 women, most possibly 3 women in the leadership of 10 people.
Right. Honorable, we're totally out of time, but quickly, so what do the women want now, the women folk, if you can speak for them? So what, since the 4 principal seats have been taken, or at least zoned for now, so what are your demands?
The 4 presiding seats have been taken. There are, 6 more seats. Well, no, 2 presiding seats in the House of Representatives, and there are 8 more seats. 4 for the majority leaders, and then 5 for the minority leaders. No, that's not true. That's not correct. No, 3 for 3 for the majority leaders, and then majority party, and then 5 for the minority leaders. We are asking that, you know, whatever is remaining in the majority, at least 1 should come to a woman, and 2 should go. In all, we're asking for 3 out of 10. I don't think that's too much. If we are going to go by the 35% affirmative action that has just been won in court, and if we are hearing that the president-elect is saying he's going 40%, that's a minimum of 3 in the principal offices and the presiding offices of the House of Representatives.
We have to anchor at this point, but we'd like to thank you so much.
So that's what we're asking for.
Okay, and I imagine that the party and the nation is listening. Honorable Adeomi Ononuga, a member of the APC, representing Ikene, Shagamu, Remo North Federal Constituency. Thank you so much for your time on the program.
Thank you for having me.
Well, let's go back to the courts now. A federal high court sitting in Awka, the Anambra state capital, has dismissed a suit filed by the state government challenging the EFCC's power to investigate its finances, describing it as factually and forensically lacking in merit. Well, according to a statement by the EFCC, the court held that the commission is well in the rights of its powers under the law to carry out such investigations. Well, the state government had approached the court, presided over by Justice Nnamdi Dingba, to determine whether under the federal system of government with the constitutional doctrine of separation of powers, the appropriation, disbursement, and/or administration of funds belonging to a state government is subject to investigation by the EFCC, being a federal agency. In his judgment, however, Justice Dingba said that in the cooperative federalism practice in Nigeria, The EFCC is a common agency empowered to investigate and prosecute offenders for both federal and state economic and financial crimes. And as such, it qualifies as any other authority or person which is empowered by Section 211 of the Constitution to institute or initiate criminal proceedings. And let's bring you this interesting story. Ahead of the May 29th inauguration, indigents of Katsina State in Yobe have embarked on a trip on a bicycle to attend the swearing-in of Katsina State Governor-elect Umar Diko. And there you see them riding their bicycles, actually. And they spoke to journalists before embarking on that trip by road, Yobe to Katsina, what is about in the region of 5 to 8 hours. The leader of the team, Halilu Suleiman, says that the governor-elect, in his view, performed incredibly well while serving as the chief executive officer of small and medium-scale enterprises and chief of staff to the incumbent governor.
We are Katsina indigents in Yobe State. We want to embark on a trip with bicycle to Katsina ahead of the swearing-in of our governor-elect Umar Diko. While serving as the Chief Executive Officer of SMADAN and the Chief of Staff of Governor Aminu Masari, he did well. We hope he will bring developments to our state.
That's over 400 kilometers. I was just looking that up. So all the best to them. But you know what? We're done on the show this afternoon. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Kayode Kikilo. Don't forget to catch up on all of your biggest stories on our website, channelstv.com. Goodbye.